you give the people what they want, have a boob feeling booth.
Oh, this is what it feels like. Oh, this is what it feels like.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel, welcome back to my channel, yada yada. I gotta make this quick because I am filming between commercial breaks of watching the premiere of The Bachelorette. And yeah, I watched that show. I didn't used to be like that, but now I do watch reality TV. I mean, it's no secret that I applied for the Ari season and didn't make it. But part of me is thinking that I should try again. I don't know if I should do video. Maybe I should do in person. I don't know. You tell me in the comments what the best way to present myself, because I was in person last time and I get pretty darn nervous and that definitely showed. So I'm thinking this time around, maybe like with all that nice padded editing skills, I should do this like all on camera. I don't know, you tell me. But as you can see from the title, this is not me deciding my future love life. This is a story time actually about my childhood, and I have no shame saying I have been obsessed with making money since day one. And it has nothing to do with having the money or being rich. I literally like making plans, making businesses, doing activities that makes money. Just like the act of collecting it and having it, it gives me gratification that way. It's not so much, you know, I'm able to save money, I'm able to spend money, and I definitely believe in stimulating the economy and donating to charities. It's not like I'm a hoarder of money, but I need to make it to feel happy. Like when I would talk to boys in middle school and high school, they'd be like, oh, you know, what do you like to do? And I'd be like, well, I like swimming, I like going on roller coasters, I like skiing, I like dancing. Do I even have to explain this? How does nobody else feel this satisfaction, this euphoria of playing entrepreneur? You know, so when I say scheming, they should all know what scheming means. It means ways to make money. And I mean, like, it could also mean tricking boys into liking you, which maybe I've done that scheming too before. But that's not the point of this video. I hear it's on. I must go. I shall return. Ah! I'm back. So of course when I was little, I started with the classic lemonade stand. And I'm gonna tell you right away, first off, it's not like I live in this hella rich neighborhood. You're really relying on your neighbors being your main source of income. But then take into consideration it being like 110 degrees in Texas, and I'm out here sweating with my neighborhood friends just wanting one person to buy lemonade that took about, I don't know, about $5 to make, and we're selling it for 25 cents a cup. Gets to a point where my neighbor friends start drinking the lemonade, and it's not so much like, oh, let me pour my own cup, and then we're, you know, running out of lemonade, which, you know, like, is that habit, it sucks too. They're drinking from the lemonade pitcher. So if any neighbor sees this, they're not gonna go out and buy my lemonade. Like, I remember my mom had saw what was up, and so when somebody else did a lemonade stand, my mom felt pressured to buy it because she was getting out of her car and it was only 25 cents. So she bought the lemonade, and she comes back in and says, I'm scared to drink this. I think it's covered in germs, and she just throws it away. Oh my god, I'm screaming. But anyway, it gets worse. So when you know, you have this entrepreneurship mindset, and I remember like I had all these journals with pricing and times and setting up days to try to make this happen and how like the best ways to market. And still I wasn't having any luck. So I realized, you know what? Exploit what you got. And at the time I didn't have these. It's not like I have that much of these, but I didn't have any of that. So the next best thing was my disease. So I was going to set up this whole lemonade stand, like proceeds benefit a CF patient, come and donate, you know. But of course that CF patient was gonna be me. I mean, you don't tell anybody that because I look hella healthy. And then mom found out, and of course I was forbidden to do so, and I was such an obedient child, I wasn't gonna go behind her back and do it. But talk about like a great idea from like a lower schooler. I was probably like in middle school, way too old to be doing a lemonade stand, but still, talk about a genius move shut down. I hate it when that happens. So then my next strategy was realizing how people love seeing the word free. And I know that there is sometimes like the marketing move where it's like, you can get this bathing suit for free, you're just paying for shipping, it's not even like you're giving us money, you're just, you know, covering the cost of that, so it's even profit. Or kind of like, you know, you make a donation and then you receive product for charities. So I decided that Heather and I, she was my childhood friend, that we were gonna come up with dances, and all of like the whole show was gonna be completely free, but we were really hoping that once they saw us in person, they'd be inclined to give us a tip. And so it just all made sense in my head. So I made up all this signage, put it everywhere, and then nobody came, and that was really upsetting. So whatever, the day is done, and I forget to put down the signs. So, you know, my mom is like a day or two later raking leaves in the backyard, and all of a sudden this neighbor comes because he's just on his routine walk and goes, "Where's the free entertainment?" And my mom looks at him like, "What?" You know, and here she is. Like, she's like bending over in sweats, all sweaty with leaves. And I was so innocent, I didn't realize how bad it looked. So I was like, hey, made the signs read, "For free entertainment, come to," and then I put my address right there. And my mom and I have still laughed about it to this day, because at the time my parents were going through a divorce and my dad would try to use everything against my mom. So imagine if my dad had gotten his hands on that. That would have totally been brought up in court. Oh my gosh, good times, good times. As I got a little bit older, I became a little bit wiser and more sophisticated. And I had this huge obsession with wagons and carnivals, and I think I still to this day. But then I realized, you know, carnivals ain't cheap, so you gotta go on a date to do that. So I haven't been to a carnival in a while, and those rides aren't safe. Anyway, it didn't matter because like my rides weren't safe. So I had these wagons like from my neighborhood friend that I just begged for her to let me play with, and I'd literally play with them. And I remember, you know, Heather and I had this ride where she had this big tree with all these tree trunks that were sticking out on the edge. And so we'd go pull each other around and around and around. And it was up to like, see like who can like stay the longest on the wagon, because it would flip over a lot. And then these ideas started churning in my head, like this could be like a roller coaster, and that would be there, and then I could do other carnival games, especially the ones where they rip you off, the ones that you know, besides the rides, when you walk through, you have like the games where you're trying to throw a dart at, you know, a balloon. Well, my version was you have like this little bitty thing of Tupperware, and you have to put the ball into the Tupperware in order to get a prize. And of course the balls were bouncy balls, so it couldn't work. And the prizes were just like collected McDonald's toys. Either way, I invited all the neighborhood kids. And then it just kind of became a disaster because they were realizing that everything was lame. And then, you know, the games were all scams, and they were starting to lose money. And I only had X amount of neighborhood kids. So then it got to a point where like we managed to get a hold of one of their jackets, and if they wanted the jacket back, they had to pay for it. Like this was just all like such a downhill scam, like so bad, terrible, terrible. I want to say I'm embarrassed, but I'm not. Oh, and side note, get this. This fell through with the carnival, but for the longest time, you know, like I remember I was obsessed. So I was like talking my brother's ear off, and finally he's like, "Why are you doing all these lame things? Why don't you give the people what they want? Have a boob feeling booth." And so again, like it was just him like being, he was such a jokester, and it wasn't so much of like volunteering his little sister to do it, but it was so funny. So I was like, oh my God, like My friend Heather is super developed, like way more developed than all the kids my age. I start pitching this idea to Heather and she goes, whoa, 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 wait. I want to be paid for this, you know? And I'm like, dang it. Like I knew this was coming, but you know, I gotta understand. And I was like, yes, like you will get paid. And then she butts in, yeah, like I want to get paid like 50 cents or something. It was the best, happiest day of my life. I could have made so much money if this hadn't fallen through. And yes, Heather and I are still friends to this day. I think this video has gone on long enough, so please, if you want to see a part 2, because I know I have more stories to share about my childhood entrepreneurship dreams. So if you want a part 2, again, leave a comment, let me know. I want to know what you guys want to see, because I'm full of lots of stuff. Like chocolate and lies. Oh, God, I'm like so weird, but whatever. So like, comment, subscribe, share. There's your homework. Love you. Bye, guys.